Yo, what's going on, guys? My name's Cast. Welcome to my first episode reaction of Solo Leveling. So it's finally out, the Solo Leveling anime adaptation from the original Korean manhwa, which I actually read a little bit a long time ago. And I mean a long time ago. As far as what I remember about the series, it's pretty much next to nothing. I remember a bit about the main character. I remember a very few amount of events that happen in the show, particularly the one at the beginning, which I imagine this first episode is going to cover. I've been looking forward to this premiere for a while now. I've been waiting for a good Korean manhwa slash webtoon adaptation for a while now. The Tower of God and the God of High School ones didn't do it for me. I wasn't really into Tower of God, and the God of High School adaptation was flawed, to say the least. I know there's another one coming out called The Boxer, which is one I've read and I actually love to death. It's probably one of my favorite webtoons so far, so I'm really looking forward to that adaptation when it comes out. But for Solo Leveling, it was one of the first I read. I only read, I want to say 40 chapters or so. I don't know if that number is right at all. That might be wildly inaccurate. It just kind of feels right for some reason. I don't really remember anything because it's been so many years now. So for the most part, this is going to be a blind reaction. The only things I really remember, like I said, are a few events that happen and the trajectory of the main character and sort of the overall quest he goes on, basically the premise of the story. Other than that, I don't know anything. I don't remember hardly any other characters. I remember there was one female character that was like a healer of sorts. Everybody else was pretty much overshadowed by how great the main character is, and that's pretty much all I got for that. Now, I should say before we get this started, I haven't like fully committed to the idea of making this a reaction series or not. I know this is like the really big anime of the season and a bunch of channels are going to be covering it. I'm not exactly sure if I'm going to have enough time because I'm finishing up Haikyuu right now and I'm also starting Hunter x Hunter. I'm only like 15 episodes in if you want to check that out on the channel. But I guess my decision on continuing this or not depends on if you guys want to see more, which of course, if you want to see more, please leave a like and a comment on the video. That would really help me out, especially with so many other channels making videos on this. It's going to be probably pretty tough competition, so I could use all the help I could get because I'm not a big channel. But also, of course, I need to see if I enjoy it. I need to see if this adaptation is any good. I said this is going to be a good adaptation, but I don't actually know for sure or not. I haven't actually watched any of the trailers. I don't know how this is going to be because one of the main factors that really drove me to the manhwa was how amazing the art was. I know this is A1 Studios and I'm not like ultra familiar with A1, like everything that they've made off the top of my head. I don't know if there's anything that was like super incredible. They're not a bad studio, but they're not like top of the line either. So maybe they'll be able to adapt this well, maybe they won't. And of course, there's more than just art issue. Maybe there will be pacing issues and stuff. I'm gonna give it the chance it deserves though, because I really want this to be good. But I will say there's a high expectation for the art because like I said, the series is so good looking that it might live or die by how the animation ends up looking. With all that being said, thank you guys so much for joining me. Be sure to leave a like on the video and let's get started with episode 1 of Solo Leveling. I wonder if they're going to change any of the names since this is technically a Japanese adaptation. I wonder if they're still going to have the Korean names or not. I hope so. Hunter. Just realized I'm watching 2 shows with hunters being the main characters, what they're called. Fighting giant ants. That would be possibly one of the worst giant insects to fight. Unmatched teamwork and giant mandibles. Oh, God. Right, I forgot how violent the series is. Damn. We got someone higher level here. A healer, okay. Damn. Yeah, that looks like some probably higher level healing magic. That was pretty good. Okay. We got the badasses coming in to save the day. Let's see it. Looks pretty good so far, the animation. Not too bad. S-rank hunters. Alright, so we get the best of the best right away. The voice actor sounds familiar. Is that Yuji's voice actor? It almost sounded like it. So, if my knowledge or my memory serves correctly, they're in a dungeon right now, right? Or like one of the portals. Alright, we're kicking it up here. Alright, let's see it. Grab him by the mandibles. Damn. I like how everybody has like their own unique element and fighting style. Got the guy that's a healer, the lightning user. Damn! I didn't even know what he just did. He threw something. Alright. That was pretty easy. So many of them. Oh, good. We got our first Omoshirui. So we got the lightning user, the berserker, and the healer. Ooh, some nice little impact frames there. That was nice. I'm so confused. Are they in a dungeon or are these monsters in the real world? Because they're in like a city. Why is there? Okay, I don't know. Maybe that's not important. We got wannabe Roy Mustang up here, disposing of the low levels. Why not just do that again? Gotta have the minions fight for you. Right. Alternate dimensions. This actually looks pretty good, not gonna lie. And they've done a pretty good job so far of capturing the original art style. It does have a different look than standard anime. Looks good though. Oh, let me run that back, see what he said one more time. Once these powers have awakened, no amount of individual effort can ever result in greater strength. So you get what you get. That's interesting. Sure would be a shame if somebody broke that rule. Something I really do like about a lot of manhwa or webtoons I've read is that they take place in like current modern day, usually in like Seoul. They don't go too hard with like the settings, but it works in its own way. They blend the setting into modern life. Look at this guy. Bro, you need to go to a barber, not a dungeon. What are you doing? You got life insurance, by the way? And here he is. The boy, the man. The part of the story I'm most familiar with is the beginning. After certain events, I'm just totally lost. The weakest hunter of all of mankind. At least they're kind of being nice to him. They're not trying to talk shit to his face. Is this the girl I know? Might be. I think it is. She reminds me of a girl in Omniscient Reader, which is something else I've been reading. They have a very similar character in that webtoon. Song Chill. It's kind of cool that it's just like people gather together and just go on dungeon raids. They don't have to be like a team or anything necessarily, but they just want to participate so they get some loot. As far as anime standards are, I gotta say these people are pretty nice. They're less bullies than typical. You got this, man. Interesting choice of words. That shot was nice. Dungeon breaks. Is that like what they call a dungeon just appearing in the world, or what? Essence stones. He's got one. Okay, so yeah, a little bit late to comment on this, but they are using the original names. That's good. He was the only character's name I actually remembered. Mr. Sung Jin-woo. Damn! That's not good. Bro got stabbed in the liver. Jesus, I think he's just dead. Hopefully you are the healer I remember, because that's a lot of blood. Yeah, he probably feels so frustrated at how powerless he is compared to other people. He just has to sit here and watch while nearly being killed. Safer than nuclear. Going into a dungeon with monsters that can kill you is safer than nuclear. I don't know about that. Damn, that's it? This is a weak dungeon? That thing looks pretty strong. Poor girl. I don't know if you're cut out for this job, especially being a healer, if injuries make you upset. I know she cares for him, but like, do you really think you're never gonna experience worse? Maybe that's why she's going into these lower level dungeons, so that way it's a little bit less psychologically damaging, usually. This isn't Yuki Kaji voicing him, right? He almost sounds like it. I need to check. Nope, it's not. It does have a very similar cadence whenever he's like talking softly though. Hmm. Let's wander into the dark cave. This is why you never violate procedure. Look, as long as you got life insurance, the kid's gonna be just fine. She can always remarry. Famous last words. I like that they're not completely reckless, like the leader at least is responding somewhat reasonably. Oh no. Oh no. Dude, your guilt is gonna go crazy after this. If you can't tell, this is the part I remember. What happens next? Okay, your sister can get a job. Is this like testing their magic proficiencies or something? An important character right there, you can tell. Any chick with her hood up is ultimately going to be a badass in the end. Ugh. I don't remember this guy, but I hate this character type. The super posh pretty boy at the top of the organizations. Always turns out to be a scumbag. Whoa, whoa. Now, I may not remember your name, but it's a pleasure to make acquaintances with you. Damn, pretty. The character designs are really quite good so far, I gotta say. She's tall, too. Shaheen, the S-rank hunter. Oh, sorry about that. I'm not really good with crowds, and all this attention is a bit much for me. Excuse me while I do a double backflip twirl around this building just to escape quietly and unnoticed. This surely won't draw any attention to me.
すみません。何がですか？俺が賛成したせいでボスを探しに行くことになっちゃったから。私なら大丈夫なので気にしないでください。本当に大丈夫ですか？本当に大丈夫なわけないでしょ。もう忘れたんですか？ジヌさん、さっきもう少し上を刺されてたら死んでたんですよ。
It sucks that he can't just let other people clear it for him because he has to get the kill to get the loot.
正気じゃないわ。頭でもぶつけたんじゃないですか。そうなんでしょう。すみません。確かに B 級ヒーラーのジュヒさんのおかげでいつも命拾いしてきたんだよな。
Yeah, you're kind of just a burden. You're a liability in these dungeons. Listen, this ain't it, guys. You gotta turn around. When the boss door looks like this, it's just not gonna be a good time. The Hunters Association. Really? Okay. Maybe a little bit closer than I thought. Please be afraid. It's good advice, and also this exam seems a little bit more humane than the other Hunter's exam I'm learning about. This looks perfectly fine. Alright, this is where my expectations hopefully are met. The red flag should be going off, guys, especially for the upper level people. I guess they haven't seen anything like this pretty much ever, or what? No, don't read the ancient script aloud. You never do that. Have you never seen a horror movie? Fear God, praise God, prove your faith to God. Oh, buddy, your character design is not nearly unique enough to have this kind of attitude. Later. I think it's safe to say you're not going to be taking any of our loot now. Damn. I love how violent it is. They didn't hold back. Yeah. How are you gonna fight a giant stone statue? Yeah, something tells me this is probably S rank. Or maybe higher. I actually have no idea what this even is. Besides somewhere that you do not want to be. Oh, this music, okay. Damn. So his instincts are sharp, is that what he's saying? Right. And I guess because they said before, once your powers awaken, there is no getting stronger. I guess what that means is that the only way to really get stronger is to hone your technique and also to, like, you know, just like skills, and also to use this stuff to get better weapons. There's no actual improvement of your firepower, I guess you could say. That's kind of interesting. I like that premise, and it makes sense considering what's coming next. Something bad's about to go down. Jesus. Oh, that's a good looking shot too. That was animated really well. Yeah, I don't even know what advice to give you guys. Just sorry this happened, I guess. I don't think any of these people will ever make it out of this. And if they do, they're never going back in a dungeon again. Oh! Wait, we're ending there? Alright, we're skipping this. I don't want to listen to the opening till we actually get it next time. Alright guys, so that was the first episode of Solo Leveling. I gotta say, interesting part to leave it off on. I expected to get that one iconic shot that if you know, you know. I feel like that would have been a good point to end it off on. Maybe that doesn't come till later. Yeah, I don't like exactly remember how everything went down, but yeah, probably shouldn't have gone down the long dark hallway. Probably should have not opened the giant chasm of doors. Probably should have not read the ancient scripture aloud. Solid first episode overall, I'd say. I wasn't like blown away with anything so far. I would say the animation is pretty good. It's not like amazing. It didn't take my breath away at any points, but it looks solid. The art style, they managed to preserve it pretty well. They introduced a lot at once. There was a lot of characters kind of thrown out there. We had Chahane, which is an S-rank hunter. We had the 3 S-rank hunters at the beginning, which I assume is going to play some role in the story. We had the Hunters Association chairman, which, like I said, right now at the time of recording this, I'm only like 15 episodes into Hunter x Hunter, but Hunters Association, really? We couldn't have come up with a more creative title than that. I guess the source material is not based out of the same country, so there might be a little bit of leniency there, but I'm a little bit surprised they didn't change that. Also, something I forgot to mention in the intro, I read the manhwa/webtoon of this, but I believe there's a light novel as well, and I heard this might be being adapted off of the light novel, not the manhwa, so I don't know if that changes up exactly how things happened, if maybe they're paced differently, or if some events were just different in the light novel versus the manhwa. I'm not actually sure which this is adapted from. Not that that really matters though. It's not like I remember what happens in that level of detail. Probably I want to say past next episode, I'm gonna be pretty much completely blind to the series, which is actually pretty exciting. Let me know in the comments down below whether you're an anime only or if you've read the source material before. I'm really interested to see how that affects your perspective. If you're an anime only, did this first episode hook you? Did it just slightly interest you? If you've read the actual original webtoon, do you think this adaptation is doing a good job so far? Are your expectations met? Are they not met? Let me know. Of course, having said that, please don't spoil anything. But yeah, me personally, I'm pretty satisfied with how that went. But yeah, that's gonna be pretty much all from me. Be sure to leave a like on the video. Be sure to go check out the other stuff I'm doing on my channel, and I'll see you next time.